We're here with David Downs, the NASL commissioner. This is your first CONCACAF Champions League game here in Puerto Rico, or is it at all the first game you've ever been to?
No, I've been to other CONCACAF Champions League games, but not here in Puerto Rico to see the Islanders play.
Okay. Has it been a good experience, a good environment for you to be?
Well, I think the fans supported the team well, and I think the team put on a heroic performance today, coming back from 2-0 down on the road in a series where away goals matter is a very, very difficult hurdle to overcome, and they fell just a little bit short, but not for want of trying. It was really nice to see them perform at that level.
As a member of the team that was trying to get the Gold Cup for the United States in 2018, 2020?
World Cup.
The World Cup. What are your reactions towards the FIFA scandal that just swept through the world, and especially in the CFU? What are your reactions? Do you think that FIFA should go again and try to take a new bid for the 2020 or for that specific World Cup?
Yeah, I'm not sure that that's realistic. I mean, I think FIFA's decision was made as per their rules by their voting body at the time. I'm personally and professionally frustrated with the outcome, of course, because I think on technical merit, the United States was the obvious choice, and I think even on economic potential, both short-term and long-term, the United States was the obvious choice. But FIFA's made their decision. I don't know that anybody has anything other than allegations against the Qatar bid, and quite frankly, it would be very impractical to redo the vote. This was a very highly technical procedure with some 50,000 pages of original contracts executed by each of the bidding nations, 2 years worth of work to prepare the bid, and not something that you can kind of just say, hey, let's do this again tomorrow.
What do you think of the whole Bin Haman situation? Did you think that it was fair what they did to ban him for life, or?
I have no idea what evidence they considered and what they knew. I think any time you go through a process like that, whatever the organization is, if you do an internal investigation and you kick out one of your own, I mean that doesn't say good things about the organization, no matter what the outcome. And I think it's sort of a shame for soccer in general around the world that this had to happen, although if it does represent FIFA taking steps in the right direction to clean up the sport worldwide, then I guess that is a positive.
North American Soccer League as it goes forward from its first year?
Well, if short-term plans is we want to finish this season with the same kind of enthusiasm and performance on the field as we've had so far in the first 4 months. 2 months more to go in the regular season and a month of playoffs, and I'm really proud of all the teams. Actually, I saw a game this past Saturday night between Carolina, the first place team in the league, and Atlanta, the seventh place team in the league, and they gave them everything. It was a close 1-0 game, and Atlanta's clearly proved that the gap between the top and the bottom in our league is very slim indeed. I think the playoffs are going to be exciting. In the off season, we have some work to do to kind of bring the level of the league professionally up another notch. I think our big goal is to try and narrow the gap between ourselves and MLS off the field and behind the scenes as much as we've managed to narrow the gap with MLS on the field. I think we've really accomplished that. We'd love to expand the league. Obviously, Montreal is leaving to go to MLS, but San Antonio is coming in to replace them. There may be 1 or 2 surprises before the year is out, but we're in discussions with a number of teams for 2013 to join the league as well.
Is it important for the North American Soccer League to advance in the Gold Cup and have more teams participate in the CONCACAF Champions League as the Islanders are doing, or?
Well, we would have loved to see the Islanders progress in this competition. It's one of the chances we have to show the world how high the quality is in our league. I truly believe the Islanders can play with just about anybody in this region. I truly believe the Railhawks can play with just about anybody in this region. And I'd like more people to know that, frankly. So every opportunity we get to match ourselves against somebody to show our standard of play is a great opportunity. And they won tonight. They outplayed Metapan. lost on away goals, but no terrible shame in that. And just the other day, we had FC Tampa Bay play an English Premier side, Bolton, beat them 1-0. I mean, took a couple great saves from our keeper, but the reality is it shows we belong on the field with them, and I think that's saying something about a young league.
So, as a league, will the league be prioritizing Gold Cup games or the Open Cup games to be able to classify to be able to see Railhawks or the Tampa Bay in the Champions League?
I think each team approaches these second competitions, if you will, in its own fashion. It depends on your schedule, it depends on your roster size, it depends on how you're doing in your own league, where you might want to suddenly prioritize the other games. But clearly, if we get a chance to play an MLS team, our teams are going to put their best foot forward, and they're going to be trying to win, just as the Canadian teams were trying to win in the Nutrilite Championship, and just as we're tremendously proud that the Islanders won the CFU Championship this year, I think for the fourth year running.
Second year.
Second year running, I apologize.
Then
fourth year in CONCACAF.
Fourth year in CONCACAF. Second year as champions.
CFU.
Will we ever see promotion and relegation between MLS and the NASL?
I don't know that we're going to see it in the immediate future, but what I suspect you might see is some degree of closer cooperation between the two leagues, and maybe a little bit more player movement. And ironically, we have a form of promotion between the two leagues. That's why Montreal is going up. I firmly believe that the NASL is a great place for a franchise to prove itself and possibly earn promotion in a business sense to MLS. I think it'll be a few more years before our first place team or our playoff winner will move up to MLS, and an MLS team will come back.
But with MLS basically putting a gap in 2022 teams, will there ever be a type of relegation by winning like they do in Europe, where
I mean, there are a lot of differences between the European system or even the Latin American system, where promotion and relegation is the natural order of things. One of the biggest issues in the United States is the value of our large market teams. So MLS would have to think long and hard about a system of promotion and relegation that might put the LA Galaxy or the New York Red Bulls in serious jeopardy of being knocked down to a lower league. It could impact their national television deals, it could impact their national sponsor deals. And the reality is, throughout Europe and Latin America, I mean, you don't see the top teams from Mexico City get knocked down. You don't see the top teams from London or Manchester or Madrid or Barcelona get relegated. And part of that is because they have such a large advantage being in those big cities with those market advantages. Those advantages don't necessarily exist in MLS the way they do in other countries. And yes, you had a team go down in Argentina, but that's really the exception and not the rule. But it points to the reaction in Argentina to their demotion is exactly what MLS would really hope to avoid.
Well, thank you a lot. Any other remarks for the viewers who are watching this live in the internet?
It's great to be here, and I'm sorry for the Islanders tonight, but I know they put out a great effort, and we'll go get them next year. And in the meantime, I know they're going to be a formidable force during the playoffs, and that'll be great. And one final thing, I just think it's absolutely symbolic of what's going on the island here, that this match is being played, and indeed all the Islanders matches are played in a converted baseball stadium. I think that says something about the trends, not only here but all throughout the region, and that's fun.
Thank you.
You're welcome.